All right. Let's see if we are live right now, you guys. See what's going on. Perfect. Quick question. Why? All right. Let's see who is in. All right. So we're just gonna wait for a few people to come in. In the meantime, let me see how I fix this thing here. Okay. Feel free to join in, you guys. Let us know if you have any questions. Let's know what's going on. Please like wherever you're watching the live stream from, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Please go ahead and like it, like the video. That way the algorithm starts pushing out the video for other people to be able to watch it as well. I have a lot of questions that I want to answer to you guys. I have some ideas that I like to share in terms of creating multiple sources of income or income streams that I know they may be beneficial for you all. So I want to share those with you. Come say hello if you're in. Let me know that you're present. If you have any questions about business credit, any questions about creating a business, Turo business, like renting cars, acquiring cars under the business name and renting those cars on Turo, let me know. If you have questions on acquiring properties under your business name and also doing rental arbitrage with those properties, also feel free to ask any questions. We've been able to create two income streams, two six-figure income streams, and one is almost a seven-figure, one of them. So, and all this started with building business credit. So that being said, you're in good hands. I know a little bit about it. So let me know and we can answer your questions. Let's wait for a few more people and we are going to get started. Let's see. This is really cool. So I'm able to simultaneously live stream to LinkedIn, Facebook, a Facebook group. You can also do a Facebook profile, Facebook and Twitter. So we can do it in Twitter as well. It's pretty amazing, right? So I am live in all of those platforms. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Let me check on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is also live. All right. Who do we got here? All right, guys, come on. Oh, that's annoying. All right, so I have not done a live stream since forever. It'll be ludicrous to expect for me to expect that I would be posting videos as often as I have in the past. But I did want to maintain that pace, but it is virtually impossible with all the responsibilities that comes with building a business. So um, so a few things. I know I posted some of the vehicles and the cars that we've acquired for business. And right now we're sitting at about 13 cars that we have acquired. We have five Chevrolet Trax. We have four Camaros. That's nine, right? We have two Nissan Rogues. That's 11. We have an Mitsubishi Outlander. That's 12. And then we have a Buick Encore. And majority of these cars are 2021. I think we have one car. One of the Chevrolet Trax is 2018. Another Chevrolet Trax is 2020. The Mitsubishi Outlander is 2019. And which one is not a newer car? That's it. But pretty much, I think the Buick Encore it should be 2018, 2019. But so those are the 13 cars that we have. I can show you some numbers, some progression, so you know approximately how much we were making um, a month. But yeah, it's a good number. Uh, it's a good number, right, for the number of cars that we have. On the other hand, and all that again, that started with business credit, and then on the other business, we have the properties, the units, right, the rental arbitrage. That's a slippery slope. It's a little more touchy, that area, because you have to find actually communities that allow you to do the run the business, basically. But that one is pretty profitable as well. Like, we started Turo first, but this second business is the one who's yielding more revenue, net revenue. So we're close to doing seven figures on this business, and we started like probably probably 6 months ago. We started this rental arbitrage business, and everything started with business credit, guys. Like, everything stemmed from building business credit. So, but we're being massively successful. I mean, of course, it's a lot of responsibilities though, just to run those two business, and it's hard. Like, if you don't start with a good head and good plan and processes in place, of course there are processes that you're going to implement as you go. Because in our case, I'm not 100% like experienced on these things, so we have to really learn the hard way some things, implement things that were needed. But nonetheless, it's been a challenge just to grow those two business simultaneously. So we're building those two business simultaneously. What we did with Turo, though, we hired somebody just to take it off of our plate. So that is 100% passive. So our hands are off on the Turo business, meaning that I can dedicate more time to the second business and also try to come up with ideas to keep evolving and building businesses. So all in all, we probably have about 5 to 6 different income streams. Now, those two are the more prominent ones, the Turo ones, but the other ones are not like massive income. They're modest, incomes, but every dollar counts when it comes to income streams. So every dollar counts. And the mistake that some of us make is thinking that for you to have multiple income streams, they have to be, six figures, and they have to. No, they don't have to. But you can definitely have, 15. I'd rather have 15 income streams of like $1,000 or $500 than aiming to have like an income stream of like $100,000 a month. You do the math and you will figure out like which one is going to take you longer. But we never expected that, the business credit, thing was going to take us here. That's why it's very important to evolve, to be open when you start in anything, and first of all, to have to be resilient. I am telling you, there were times it was tough. There were challenges that came across our way that sometimes we felt like, are we gonna do this? But we persevered. Resiliency is very important. I've seen a lot of people that they wanted to be entrepreneurs, and then they halfway they just give up. They rather stick to their 9 to 5, because there are a lot of wrong reasons why you wanted to become an entrepreneur. But in any case, I don't want to bore you with that. Again, building multiple streams of income. One of the things that helped us evolve in our streams of income is when we started building business credit, right? We found out about Turo. We're like, okay, so I have a company, I have good business credit in this company. Let me go ahead and try to buy these vehicles under my company's name without putting my name on it. I just got approved for a T-Mobile 12K. Whoa, congrats, Robert. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Verizon is also very generous if you pay on time. If you get a line of credit with them, you pay on time. They took me from $7,500 to $80,000 in no time. So in any case, so I was saying that we started with business credit, right? And I was like, I want to do Turo because I've tried it in the past with my personal vehicles, and it was okay. It was doing well, but it was only one car. Then I bought a second personal vehicle, and I had them both. At a time, we had a baby, and my wife was in the hospital, and both cars were out, and sometimes we had to take a cab home. That's insane. But they were both making money. So I was like, okay, let's try to do this, get the vehicles under the business name, just to do that, right? Just to have our personal cars home and have the vehicles dedicated specifically to do Turo. And that's exactly what we did. And we started with 2, right? So we got these 2 vehicles. The first time we went to Mercedes-Benz, and that was the first time we ever tried to apply for vehicles under the business. We were so motivated because the guy that was taking care of me, he's like, "Oh, you will have no problem. Don't worry about that. You'll get out of here with, because I was trying to get 3 vehicles." And he said, "Oh, don't worry. You'll have no problem." An hour or 2 go by and nothing. They said I was denied, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I was so disappointed. It was like a punch in the gut because I was so excited. The guy, hyped me up so much, but, to tell me at the end that I wasn't qualified. And I was pretty, it was pretty hard, but that didn't keep me from going. So the second step was going to Nissan. So I went to Nissan after calling multiple places. I call other Mercedes Benz places, and they say that I have to have $5 million in revenue in order for me to qualify. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Because I knew about business credit, and I know that I could get those vehicles under the business alone, and I don't have to be making $5 million. And in any case, so that was a no. Then I think I called so many places, and then I get this call, and this guy was like, "Oh, I'm from blah blah blah, Nissan, blah blah blah. So you were looking for vehicles?" I'm like, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm in the market for getting 3 vehicles under my business name." He's like, "Oh, don't worry, give me the information." He only asked me for 2 things, not even my name. He asked me for the DONS number and the EIN number for the company and the name of the company. 3 things. So when I provided those things to him, he went to work. I didn't even go. I'm telling you, I didn't even go. I was here in my office. And he started doing anything. Then a couple of hours later, he calls me and he says, "Are you sitting down? I have good news for you." I'm like, "Shoot, hit me." And he was like, "You were approved, 3 vehicles. I have here 3 2021 Nissan Rogues. Come and pick them up." I'm like, "I can drive 3 cars, but I'll go and sign the papers." So I went in, signed the papers, and I went driving my car. And then I told the guy, "Please help me deliver the cars to my house." And that's exactly what happened. They delivered the 3 cars to my house, and it was the simplest process that I've ever gone through, trying to get business credit. All right, let me make a pause here, and if you want to drop a like, please let me know. Drop a like, whether you're watching on YouTube or the Facebook group or Twitter, or if you're on LinkedIn, please drop a like. Let me know if you have any questions. I just want to make this stop to see if you have any questions. Um, let me see. Let's see. There you go. I like this. I've always liked this. All right, guys. So in any case, that was a good story there as to how we started acquiring the vehicles under the business name. And I think at the beginning it was an excellent experience because at the beginning, I didn't. My pleasure. What's going on, Juan, my brother? So I am going new. Remember, I'm going new to all these things. I'm going new to the business credit stuff, and I had no idea what I was doing. And it was so excited to see and experience, right? Experience all these new things when it came to business credit, and I was so excited about it. So experiencing that about getting approved for those 3 cars, it was a great experience. Jermaine, my brother, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you about. Then after we got approved for those 3 cars, which by the way, when we got those 3 cars, right after probably a month, I had him on all 3 of them. I had him on Turo for almost over a month. And then the guys from the dealership, they called me saying, "Hey, one of the cars wasn't approved. We need you to personal guarantee it." I'm like, "Yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to keep everything on the business." However, if I knew better then, I would have just put my name because it wasn't going to affect me unless I default on the payment. But if I knew then, I would have said yes, let's do it. But I said no, and I said, come and pick up the car. I'm not gonna get personal guarantee it. It was a dumb decision, to be honest. I should have just go ahead and personal guarantee the car. I would have still got 3 cars. Okay, so we got those 3, and then we went to another dealership, and that was a Chevrolet dealership. That's where we sat down with somebody there. They hooked us up, and then we got 9 cars from them at that dealership. So we got 3 from Nissan and 9 from Chevrolet, and then we got actually 10 from Chevrolet. Chevrolet. We have the 4 Camaros, the 5 Trax, that's 9, and the Buick Encore. So we got 10 vehicles from them, from Chevrolet. No, 11. So we have also the Mitsubishi Outlander we got from them too. Crypto Kid, I was denied for the Sam's Club MasterCard with 10 trade lines reporting Nexus information up to date. I'm clueless as to why I was denied. Haven't received any letter yet, but I'm eager to know the reason. Crypto Kid, I do recommend that you call them, call Synchrony Bank, and try to figure out why they denied you. You'll be surprised. Sometimes you call and they will approve you. So try to call them. The person at the kiosk when you apply should have given you a number for you to call. But if they told you like, oh no, they denied you, I would have called. Just Google the number for Synchrony and call them. You'll be surprised what can happen. Exactly, Robert. Exactly, Robert. What Robert is saying is that you have to call. You'll be surprised again, what will happen if you call. Okay, it's very important then. All right, so let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Who's up? Just drop a like, guys, on the video. If you're watching from YouTube, just drop a like. If you're on Facebook, also drop a like. I called Synchrony, but they said I'll receive a letter. Okay, so in this case, you already called. In this case, just wait for the letter. Don't get disheartened. Don't get discouraged. Just wait a few weeks and just go ahead and try again. Trust me, they denied me 3 times for the Sam's Club. 3 times they denied me. I never gave up. In my case, though, I had some issues with my LexisNexis, but it seems like you have everything in order. But just wait a week or 2, Crypto Kid, and try again. You'll be surprised. Plenty of our people on the Facebook group, they've been denied multiple times, and then they reapply, and they were approved. So don't get discouraged. Keep pushing, keep going, man. Which, by the way, brings me to the next topic is, what are the cars that I'm using the most? I made a short video. The video, I said it was 4 cars, but I only talked about 3. And the other car that I wanted to add to that bunch was the MasterCards, the business MasterCards. Why do I say MasterCards? My wife is like, it's not MasterCard, it's American Express. The business American Express is another one that I wanted to add to this, cards that I use the most to build the business credit. So the Sam's Club, the Walmart community card, and the A to B gas card. Those are the cards that I use the most. If you're looking to get a business account, this is the fastest way to get a business account. Okay. The fastest way to get a business checking account. So I'm going to post, let me see if I can post a link so you guys can get that. Give me a second, guys. Banking business. Hmm. All right. In any case, it's not letting me. But I'm gonna get you a link. I'm gonna put it in the description down below. For you to apply for the business checking account for from American Express. It's one of the easiest ways to get a business checking. Yeah, I seen your video. Glad I caught you live. Hey, thank you, Kevin. What's going on? Kevin says, just starting. I have an LLC with no revenue yet. 2 months business check-in, Chase, and DV card. Working with Amex for business check-in. Any tips on what to do next? Much appreciated. Thank you. My best advice to you, Kevin, is to try to make some movement on that business account, the business bank account. So try to make some movement. Try to find to. I don't know if you want to wait until your business is profitable. I don't know what you do, but you have to start, moving that business checking account because that's going to open you a lot of doors. Like there are companies that you apply for credit, and they'll ask to connect to your business account via Plaid. So I would just recommend that you start, moving your bank account. That's not, maybe you guys can correct me on this, but it's not really necessary to start applying for other accounts. Okay, keep applying for credit, keep building your business credit. Your best bet is go the Quill and NAV, Incredible. Uh, uh, what is the business solution account you get? Strategic business solutions. These accounts that they don't require you to be 2 or 3 years in business to give you credit. So start using those accounts so you can start building your business credit. But in the meantime, as your company ages and as your company, let me see if you guys can hear me. As your company ages and becomes probably 2 years old, 3 years old, so you want to start like moving that. All right, let's see. Chicken. All right, so I have here. I'm trying to get you guys that link, but let's see. Again, the cards that I'm using the most to build my business. Again, the A2B gas cards, guys. That card's been amazing. Has really served my business tremendously. The A2B, the American Express cards, the Sam's Club card. That when I was furnishing my apartment, I will buy a lot of stuff from Sam's Club. Now the community, the Walmart community card has been extremely monumental. So I at some point, I bought $10,000 of gift cards with the with the Walmart community card, and that helped me just with my business so much. Do you know about the aged corporation? Yeah, I've heard about it, Robert, but I wouldn't do that because those are just shell companies. I mean, if that's what you want to do because you want to have an aged company and be able to apply for credit, more power to you. But I don't know. I don't know. Something that I don't like about that. But again, I have nothing against it. But I would just recommend you doing your own thing, having your own addresses, having proof that everything was created by you. I think it's the best. It's the best route. But again, I have nothing against it though. Um, Geez, where is? Yes, that's the one. All right, there you go. All right. All right. So who else? Who else? What other questions you guys have? Um, Let me put this a little bit more like the brand. What do you guys think? Woo. All right, let's see. Anyways, let's do it like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. All right, guys. Any other questions before I move on to the next subject? All right. So, what points we've talked about? We talked about how we have built two multiple six-figure incomes. How What else? Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. My kid was knocking on my door. Let's see. All right, so we talked about that, how we build those two, and I wouldn't say that you try to build like multiple stuff at the same time because sometimes if you don't do it strategically and you have a team helping you, then that could be a little detrimental to your health, to yourself personally and emotionally. So I just recommend that you take it easy. Like when we started doing the Toro, the business stuff, we had it already up and running, and then a few months after we started doing the real estate stuff, and now both are up and running, and we made good contacts with good people on the real estate side just to keep on growing. And I'll tell you guys, like the rental arbitrage is just to put our foot at the door, without having to own multi-million dollar properties. So we just have to put our foot in the door with the rental arbitrage, and now with the kind of cash that we are generating, I think that it's very likely that soon, either by the end of this year or beginning of the next, we're gonna be just start to buy multifamily properties, so we can continue with our business. So those are some of the things that business credit had allowed us to do, and I think is that when you start building something, you have to start the right way, follow people that have done it, you know, we did a extensive research in trying to, you know, do these things like the business credit. We had no idea what we were doing, excuse me, but we came across a lot of nice people that they knew. For instance, Charles White is one of the people that has helped us tremendously. He started helping me with the real estate business, and he is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to that area. He's very resourceful, is the word. Very, very resourceful. So he was able to gather intel for me and put me in contact with key people in order for me to grow the real estate business. I don't think Toro goes that well. What do you experience? You know, Robert, it depends. It depends. Number one, which state you're in. Number two, it depends, man. Because Toro, if you're like running one, two cars, it's not worth it. It's completely not worth it because, you know, it takes a lot of your time. With one or two cars, you may want to do it yourself, and then it's gonna take a lot of your time. Now, when you have multiple cars, you have a small fleet of, I don't know, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars, it's worth it. Now you're talking about, you know, 6 figures a year. So that makes it worth it. Yeah, that enables you to hire somebody, and you know, that so the business doesn't require so much of your time. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. With Turo, it's, you know what I mean? Like if you do it yourself, man, it's gonna require a lot of your time. You have to be monitoring the prices, because if the car is not renting, you have to fluctuate the price so it goes out the door. In my case, I'd rather rent a car for $1 than have it sit at the lot for no dollars. So, and of course, $1 is just an example, but you get what I'm saying. Like if I'm renting a car for $120, I'd rather rent it for 80 or 70 than have it at the lot, not generating money. So that's, and I don't have the time to keep monitoring the prices on Toro and changing the prices and adding discounts. I don't have the time, so I'd rather hire somebody to do that. I want to spend time, you know, here at home with family rather than like running to the airport, you know, driving cars. So I'd rather give it to somebody that who is a professional of that, and they can just take care of that and, you know, turn it into a passive income. Yeah, so far, Robert, my experience is not too bad, especially because of the number of cars that we have. We have 13 cars, and it's not too bad though. I am paying a premium to hire somebody to handle the business. A premium, I'm telling you. I'm paying a lot of money for somebody to handle the business. But the good thing with that is that, you know, I don't have to do anything. That is a passive income to me because I don't have to work on that to generate money. That's generating money whether I'm awake or asleep. So that's what makes it attractive. That may not work for you, but for me that works because I have another stream of income that is sustaining also me, and you know. Um, but that's that. In terms of properties, though, we have about 23 apartments that we are handling right now. 23 apartments, and imagine the cash flow in that. And cash flow, guys, is king. Cash flow opens so many doors for you. Imagine having that number of apartments, the kind of we're grossing a stupid amount of money every month. Of course, from that money grows, we have to delegate right expenses for the company and stuff like that. But still, the net it's pretty sweet. We're gonna continue to expand. But again, the ultimate idea is just to start buying our own real estate, which is our next step. All right, any questions? Let's see, how are you doing? How are we doing? Um, any other questions, guys? Let's see. With your apartments, are you paying the lease on those monthly or doing a bigger pay, like 3 or 6 months at a time? That's a good question. Jermaine, it wouldn't make a difference if we paid the rent 3 months in advance. It will just make a difference to us financially, but it would not make a difference in terms of like saving us money. Like if we paid 3 months, would you deduct $1,000? No, they were not. They're not going to deduct anything. So we rather just pay it, but month by month. You know what I mean? Like we're not willing to fork out that amount of cash. We want to keep as much cash as we can in our business bank account, like cash reserve to either continue to acquire other apartments or to expand the business, or either or. But yeah, no, Jermaine, that wouldn't make any sense to us. There's no advantage to that. What else, guys? Any other questions? And I wish I could show you some numbers that I have here for the apartments, but it doesn't edify. Let's put it that way. Like if I show those numbers, they're not going to edify you. It will just come across as like bragging, you know what I mean? But I wish I could show you these numbers and show you guys that building business credit can definitely help you, and you know what I mean, like it can help you a lot. It can help you. I wish I wish I can show you those numbers, but it's not gonna edify anybody. It's gonna just come across like braggy, and we don't want to do that. But yeah, like if you can take advantage of anything, building business credit, don't do it just to show in a group that you have this, that you are approved for this, you're approved for that. Don't do it for that. Okay, do it with a goal, with a tangible goal. What do you want to get out of business credit? Okay, look at all the cars that we have. All this we have with the cars and all the credit. I think we should have close to $1 million in business credit. Okay, so don't just build business credits to show in a group that you were approved for this and that. It's a nice rush. I've been there. It's a nice rush when you get approved, but build business credit just with a goal in mind, with an end goal in mind. I'm just speaking from an efficiency situation. 23 properties, a lot to keep up with on a monthly basis, but I see what you're saying regarding the cash flow. I tell you, Jermaine, the first of the month is not fun for us. It's not really fun because we have to pay a lot of money. In some occasions, I go to the bank and I have to get all cashier checks, and the teller just looks at me like, "You want what now?" And I come with this list of the amount of cashier checks that I want. Like imagine like 15, 17, 20 cashier checks of like over $1,800, over $2,000. It's fun. The first of the month for us is very, very busy. So we have been able to hire, put in system, in place, so that it doesn't require so much of us. Like we have hired people to prospect, to reach out to leads. We have people, project managing. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't require my presence 100%. And that's the only way that I will build business. I don't want to build a business with a mentality of an employee. Nothing wrong with being an employee, but what I'm saying is, um, you have to change your perspective in terms of that. If you come to build a business and you want to, become an entrepreneur, and you come in with that employee mindset, it's not going to work. You're gonna get burnout. You're gonna get discouraged at the first, trial, or the first sign of struggle, which will happen. So you have to switch your mindset and get a mindset of like, okay, I just crossed this ocean. I'm burning that freaking boat. I'm burning that ship. I ain't going back. So I have no way to go back. I think that's the mentality with which you should come to entrepreneurship. Yeah, exactly. The only way to build uh, passive income. Of course, I'm not saying that at the beginning you wouldn't have to grind. Because at the beginning, boy, I was grinding with Toro. I was grinding. I was, man. And I was like, no, there's got to be a better way to do this. I was running to the airport. I was running to the parking lot. I was turning cars. I was going to the car wash. I was going nuts, man. I was delivering at one point. I was delivering the cars to the airport. It was too much, and I'm like, no, there's got to be a better way. So after that, I'm like, nope. Whatever business I'm building, it has to require no time for me, or just little, because it's unrealistic to build a business and not work at least like 1 hour a week. Even with a Toro, after hiring somebody, like, look, today, one of the screens on the Camaro was malfunctioning. I had to grab that car and take it to the dealership. So if you're like building business and go to sleep, sorry, that's a little unrealistic. But yeah, but it's fun. It's absolutely fun. It's fun to see things evolve from nothing to what they are right now. Again, I was saying that it takes a lot at the beginning. What I'm saying is, don't expect that you're gonna build a business and from the get go you'll be like, oh no, I don't want to work. I just want to get the money and I don't want to work on the business. That's not realistic. So what you want to do is go with the mentality like, at the beginning, I'm going to grind. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna bust my butt. But then, as you do that, try to build a system, right? What are the things that are taking most of your time, that are small things that you can delegate to somebody? You can pay somebody off of Upwork and delegate that to them and pay them to do that. In our case, was the prospecting, the reaching out to leads and stuff like that. I think that I could have gotten somebody to do that task rather than taking up my time to dedicate to those small tasks. And I call small tasks, but they are one of the biggest tasks, because without prospects and leads, then you don't have a business, right? So, and that's why we decided, let's hire somebody that they can take care of that. That's what we did. And then, on that end, we're not spending that much time. Now, what we're doing is finding way to expand the business, right? So again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, we met with some, people who own multiple communities. And that was such a great meeting that will allow us to access hundreds of units across our states and other states as well. So that was an excellent meeting, and they'll allow us to run our business. They will allow us to sublease the properties, which is a no-no for, man, 9 out of 10 communities that you call, they'll tell you no. But that's the thing, it's the grind. You have to keep doing it. Exactly. You've got to put the time in during the beginning and then learn to hire out. Yep. System and processes. POD. Oh man, POD. I learned so much from POD, man. Like, I'm so grateful. POD is the reason why I put in place SOPs and stuff like that in every businesses. So to me, POD, man, was one of the best experiences. Plus, I love the guys there. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. Who do we have in Facebook? If you're on Facebook, drop an F. If you're watching from the Facebook group, drop an F. I'm surprised. We have 25,000 people almost. How many? I'll tell you right now. In our Facebook group, we have 28,000 people. Like, I'm surprised that we don't have at least like 100 people from the group. This is insane. How is this possible, huh? If you're from the Facebook, if you're watching the Facebook group, drop an F. That's incredible. All the people that we have here are from YouTube, except for Juan. My man Esteban. He's watching on Facebook, I believe, but wow, we have 28,000 of people, 28.7, and we have only one person on Facebook. That's insane. That is incredible. But in any case, what are you gonna do? Okay, guys. Crypto Kid says, "What's your group called?" Oh, good question. Let me post it. Here. Let me add. I'm gonna add it at the bottom. So the link for our Facebook group is here. It is. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to click it from. No, you're not gonna be able to click it from the banner, but I will go ahead and add it in the comments so you can. There you go. That's our Facebook group. I'm also gonna add it in the comments so you can click on it. There you go. You're very welcome, brother. How many of you have already applied for the A to B card? Any of you apply for the A to B card? Again, if you're watching from Facebook, drop an F for me to know that you are on Facebook watching, because I think we only have 2 people from Facebook. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Crypto Kid. That's crazy. We have Adrian. What's up, O'Brien? Adrian. What's up, O'Brien? Are you? Do you have any questions, O'Brien, that we can answer for you, man? I'm not sure if I've seen your name before, but I'd like to answer any questions that you have. If you want to super chat as well, guys, feel free to super chat. We have the super chat open as well. Okay. Who doesn't have the A to B card? Dude, I'm telling you, the A to B card is. Hey, Jamar, you're on Facebook too? Also, that's really great. Yeah, the A to B card, man, is bonkers. It's really nice to have it. I have a question. Do you think Airbnb will be good in Yonkers? All right, I tell you what. Anywhere in New York, anywhere in New York, and in Yonkers is great because Yonkers, they're more like they're not buildings like in Bronx and whatnot, Washington Heights. They're some of them are single family homes. So I will definitely recommend that you do it in Yonkers. Can you do what are you thinking of doing? Are you thinking of doing rental arbitrage, or are you trying to do you own your own properties? Let me know. I'll be curious to know. If you need any help, Jamar, let me know, man. I can definitely help you. We have started our business. It's going well. We've amassed about 23 properties, and it's going well so far. My business is 3 months old. What are my odds of getting the A to B card? That's a good question. So, O'Brien, I think you could try, but I would recommend that you have multiple trade lines already reporting to your business credit before you apply for the A to B gas card. There you go, Jamar, my man. That's the way to go, brother. You don't have to stress yourself, for owning the properties. I mean, we're aiming to do that though, just not yet because we're not ready financially. But I think that in a couple of months or probably next year, we're gonna be ready to acquire like a multi-unit property. Yeah, Jamar, send me an email. Send me an email, and I can definitely let me put my email here. I'm gonna put my email. Let's see. So, email. You can contact me there if you have any questions. Um, then again, we are partnering up right now. We're partners with about 8 communities, right? Some communities we have 5, apartments. We have 4. Some of them we have 3. But again, we just had a meeting with some owners that they will let us do that, and they have 1,500 units in my state. If I can get at least like what, if I can get up 1% of those or 10% of those units, it's gonna be massive. There's this kid that I follow on TikTok that he's doing the same. He's doing rental arbitrage, and he's doing Airbnb. And this kid is making about $5 million a year. About $5 million. Young kid, 30 years old, and he's killing it. Oh, there you go. Oh, Jermaine got it. That's awesome, Jermaine. Guys, Jermaine is very knowledgeable with building business credit. He's been able to definitely amass a high amount of business credit. Like if you have any questions, feel free to post it in the chat, and he'll definitely um, answer any questions. I mean, this is man, this is so great. Like I love helping people, man. I don't have a problem like a lot of people have this scarcity mentality that they feel like, oh, you're disclosing your secrets. What secrets? I didn't invent any of this. There's no secrets. Everyone has a different MO to act. I didn't invent any of that. There's no secret. Let me see, guys. The camera went out for a little bit. There you go. So there's no secret. I didn't invent any of this. So I don't have a problem with sharing, information, helping people, because I've been really there, and I don't mind really sharing information with you guys, especially when you guys are following my content. You guys are putting some of, putting your time and watching my content. So I have no issue with that. I'm rather honored that you guys are here with me watching this. Guys, if you just join the live stream, please do me a favor. Go ahead and drop a like. Drop a like on YouTube and Facebook. We're also streaming on Twitter and LinkedIn. Can you believe it? Woo! LinkedIn, we have 2 watchers on LinkedIn. Twitter, we have no watchers. We have on Facebook, we have 1, and YouTube, we have about 10. So that's isn't that cool? Now we have 3 watchers on LinkedIn. Um, So in any case, guys, so again, you could leverage business credit in a way that could put you in a good place financially. Just do it well. Do it the right way. Do it with a purpose on in mind. Don't do it just to for sports or to show others that you're being approved for this and that. Just do it with a purpose in mind and leverage business credit to build wealth. You can definitely do that. If you have any questions about how to do it, please let me know. If you have any doubts, please let me know, and I'll definitely um, I'll help you. Let you know the things that are working for me, the things that didn't work, things to avoid. Guys, I'm gonna give you an advice right now. Don't hide it from your community. Okay, what you do if you're gonna do rental arbitrage, don't call it like that. But you don't have to explain every detail of the business that you do to them. But just tell them, let them know. Don't do it behind their backs, because it's not cool. And at the end, that's more headache than benefits. It's a headache. Trust me, guys. I tried that and it doesn't work. You can get away with it for a few months. Heck, you can get away with it probably a year, but eventually they'll catch up to you and they'll let you know. And it's a headache. You don't want to get an eviction on your business credit. You don't want to get eviction. You will not be able to get an apartment ever under your business with an eviction. So I would just recommend talk to not even the leasing office. The leasing office is not going to be able to help you. Talk to the executives, asset management, and people like that, and talk to freaking regionals, property managers. They'll be able to give you an answer. But if you talk to the leasing office, the leasing agents, they have no saying. They're just going to their job, and they finish at 5, 6, and they go home. They have no decision making. So don't do it behind their backs. Talk to them, explain what you're doing, be thorough in what you do. Don't try to do nothing like anything dishonest or anything like that. What else, guys? I think that's it. If you haven't drop a like in our YouTube video, please do that. Jamar, my pleasure, brother. Grab the email address, Jamar. If you have any questions, please reach out. Let me know, and I'll be glad to provide any information. Again, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for spending 1 hour with me. I will do this a little more often in terms of live streams. I know I will always say that, but I want to do it at least once a week just to keep you posted, guys. But thank you so much, all. Be well. And if you want to figure out ways to build multiple income streams, please get at me. See you soon, guys, and I appreciate you all. Bye.